Hello, welcome to video 3 of ASCII's Provisional Patent Help. In this session, we will be discussing the importance of defining your patent drawings for labeling. So let's go over to the drawing board to begin. So if you notice here on the drawing board, if you focus here on the drawing, there are a lot of things that's going on in the drawing. If you notice first that the drawing, we lay out the drawing in the order that we think will be good for you to explain your invention in a logical order. We made the front isometric view as figure 1 and the back isometric view as figure 2, and then we gave an overall view showing the product in use. So you start here and you take your time and you explain in detail what's going on in this drawing, what the product is made of, and then you go over to the next figure, and then finally you are able to explain how the product in use based on how you point out the importance of the different features in the previous views. And also you get to show in this view how a person interacts with the product while they are using the product. And also, if you notice in the drawing that the drawings are in line with the US Patent Office standard. We added figure numbers here on the bottom and page numbers. Figure 1, 2, and 3, pages 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and 3 of 3. And the drawings is within the margin as set out by the US Patent Office standard for patent drawings. And so when we gave you the drawing as we discussed in the previous video, you can be sure that the drawing is accurate and is ready to be filed and is acceptable to the US Patent Office. Now, I want to turn your attention to what else is going on on the drawing board here. If you notice that there are two sets of drawings here on the board. Here we say we mention here that if you notice there is no reference numbers in the drawings on the top, and whereas on the bottom the same drawing is completely labeled with reference names and reference numbers. So we want to discuss why. Now, when we first complete your patent application drawing, this is how we will give you the drawings. We send the drawings over to you as we did show in the previous screenshot. Just like this, you will receive a PDF copy of the drawing like this. There will be no reference numbers or reference names. And many inventors ask us, before they order drawings from us, they ask us if we will be adding the reference numbers or reference names to the drawings. Their responsibility for thinking up the numbers, the reference numbers, the reference names, and where the reference line points, these lines right here, the responsibility for thinking up the reference numbers, the reference name, and the reference lines, that responsibility lies within the hands of whoever is writing the specification, whoever is responsible to explain the patent drawing. They will decide what numbers point where and what part is named, or how each part is named. So for example, if you are using the services of a patent attorney, if you're using the services of a patent attorney, that responsibility lies with the patent attorney. So we will prepare the drawings and we will send the drawings to you as we've indicated earlier, like this. And then after we send the drawings over to you like this, you can simply send the drawings over to your patent attorney, and then your patent attorney will review the drawings for errors and whatever changes. Will make those corrections quickly, and then your patent attorney will send the drawings back to us. And when your patent attorney send the drawing back to us, we make the correction. Your patent attorneys will also add the reference names and the reference numbers to the drawings. So he will decide what names goes where and what numbers, and he will do that with the use of a pen or pencil, and he will send that annotated drawings over back to us, and then on our software we will just follow whatever he tells us to do. We will just follow and place the numbers in the exact spot. Now, what if you, the inventor, are going to be preparing your own provisional patent application, which in the case many of our clients will be doing. They will be preparing their own provisional patent application. So after we prepare the drawings and we send the drawings over to them, it is their responsibility to add the reference numbers to the patent drawings. And many inventors are faced with this reality, and that is why we created the book in the first place, to help inventors to be able to add reference numbers to their drawings so that they can explain the drawing. And that's the purpose of the reference numbers, to help you explain your provisional patent application. And so we prepared the book for that very purpose, and by extension we decided to prepare this video to help our clients so that they can follow along with these drawings or with their own drawings, and they will follow along and see how we were able to come up with all these reference numbers for this mask, and they will be able to follow the same guidance that we use to get these numbers on their own provisional patent application. Now, to properly label your drawing, a lot of planning is involved. First of all, an inventor needs to ask himself why the drawing needs to be explained. So that's why the inventor will have to define the drawings for labeling, by first asking yourself, why do I have to label the drawing? Knowing the answer to that question will help you label your drawing properly. Now, we touched on that briefly in the book, in chapter 2 of the book, The Secrets to Avoiding Strong Drawings and Weak Patent. We touched on that when preparing the book. On pages 24 and 25, under the subheading, why label your drawing, I'm just going to read some points from that, an excerpt from the book. It says, when labeling a drawing is one of the most important part of preparing your provisional patent application. Many inventors do not know why the drawings are labeled. When you send the invention documents to the patent office, you will not be there to explain the details of your invention. You will not be there to pull your invention apart, to explain how things will work. And that's very important. You notice the book brought out that the drawings, the reference numbers, and your written explanation will do the explaining for you. So therefore, whatever you explain is very important. I want you to think about it like this. Provisional and non-provisional patent application drawings are created to be explained. The explanation of the invention is within the drawing. So this drawing down here will be better explained than this drawing. If you just send this drawing to the patent office, nobody will know what's going on. And also we mentioned that whatever you explain is important, because if you don't really bring out all of the details, the juice, and every little nook and cranny that's going on in an invention that is important to you, then those informations will be left out. The reference numbers you see here, the reference names are names of different parts of the invention, and the reference numbers kind of go along with the name. It is a good thing that you have a unique number assigned to each name. For example, if you say this is the backside 106, now there is no such thing as numbers or grammatical numbers. Numbers do not have grammar. Numbers are straightforward. So if you say the backside is 106, or you say the left is 106, or the left is 50, for example. Let's make it simple. If you say the left is 50, and then somewhere else you say the lefty, or the left toe, or the left out, or the left out, or whatever it is, and you add 50 next to that, it's still referring to the left. So in court, a lawyer may try to use, these lawyers, they're very slick with this English grammar, and they will try to use that against you. That, well, over there you meant left, but then here you said lefty. Well, 50 is standard, and wherever you see the number 50, you are referring to the left. And then you have the reference numbers, the reference lines rather. The reference line, whether in the form of an arrow or actual line touching the part, the reference line can be compared to your finger pointing to the part that you are explaining. So really, if you cannot read, or if you cannot read a text, or if you cannot read a number, at least you will be able to see a line pointing to the left, and you will know for sure this is the left. So really, you can't change whatever you wrote down on the paper. So this is very important. That's why I'm spending a lot of time emphasizing this. Generally, why do we label the drawing? If the drawing is not properly labeled, the drawing cannot be explained properly. If the drawing is not explained properly, then the strength of the invention will be weak. See, after you file your patent application with the U.S. Patent Office, you cannot go back to explain something new or something you forgot to mention. You cannot really go back to clarify something, because matter of fact, that is embedded in the rules of the Patent Office. It is called adding new matter. You can go back and add new matter after you file the patent application. And so we will touch on these points. Throughout this course. The point of how to label your drawings and why labeling the drawing is important. And as we go through the course, you will notice these points. Now, in the next video, we will discuss the wrong way to label your drawing. It is very important that we examine how other inventors who do not have this video or who do not follow the book, we will observe how they wrongly label their drawings, just for the sake of us learning, so that we don't make the same mistake when labeling our drawing. So I will see you at the next video.